Yeah, y'all know what's going on. We here. Street Soldier Saturdayz, man. OGOZ in the building here. DBIC on the ones and twos. Special guest host, man. Peter Kid Chocolate Quillin, man. Former WBO what? Middleweight champ? Yep.
I'm a heavyweight now, though.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all know what it is. Here we talk social media news, hip hop news. If you a rapper, actor, singer, entrepreneur, whatever you got going on, digital media creator, social media creator, content creator, whatever you got going on, come on over to the Street Soldiers, man, and we gonna build our brands together, build our platforms. You know what I'm saying? Here, this ain't nothing but like barbershop talk, like just sitting up with your homies talking. Ain't nothing too serious. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you hear on this show, if you feel like you want to go get some more investigation on, do your own Googles, do your own research, because you know what I'm saying? Everything is alleged with Jock City. That's all I'm going to tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all mine is facts.
Yeah, we just trying to branch our social medias, branch our platforms and just put everything together and, just put on for the city, for Michigan. We giving props to everybody from Michigan, the state of Michigan, the city of Grand Rapids. Everybody who doing their thing, we trying to give him their flowers. He a legend from the city, so of course he had to come through, you know what I'm saying, and just,
Tap in with the Street Soldiers.
Yeah, shine some light on what he got going on and things he transitioned to, give us some stories from, you know what I'm saying, his legendary history. So, we're gonna dive right into it. You doing gospel music now. Let's talk that before we get into your boxing history and shit. How you transition to the gospel tracks?
I was in Jersey in the middle of the pandemic and during COVID, and I was looking for some inspiration. I thought like God was like calling me to go fast, so I made the decision to fast for 40 days. And my eighth day, my one of my friends that do Christian hip hop, like Pete, I want to pull up. I got to do some podcasts. I want to show. I got counsel with me. I got people with me. So I'm getting ready for that. I said, let me go outside and feed my pigeons. I got a whole bunch of I got a pigeon loft in my backyard, and I went to go feed the pigeon. I'm like, man, all my pigeons is looking dead. I went in there. It was like a raccoon in my loft, killed all my pigeons out. Man, I was like broken because some of those pigeons was like, different people gave me those pigeons. I had some pigeons from Tyson's Corner, like he got a pigeon loft in Jersey City. So I was broken. But then, going all the way to drive to this podcast, I was like thinking about, what I learned from the situation. I haven't ate food in 8 days at that point. And my man was doing hip hop, and I was like, man, maybe I should talk to John Joe to see, maybe I could tell a story about, my experiences and, about God and everything. And, I said, I'm not going to tell him what I did. I'm going to do. I'm going to pray about it. I prayed about it, and then I do a Bible study every Wednesday and Friday. One of the dudes, he does music. He's like the superintendent for the music department in Jersey. Hey, Pete, you ever thought about doing music out of nowhere? I'm like, oh, word? I said,
It's a call.
yeah. So then, we did a song. We did a song called Joy. It was like a simple song. My brother was a good rapper and everything. I respect him. And I found out what I was doing. I was like, oh, all I got to do, because I went acting school for 2 years.
Okay.
And out of everything is like justify what you're saying. So as long as I'm justifying behind my bars and the music, I was like, oh, I can do this. So, I got a better message. It's not for everybody, and I'm cool with that. But the point of it is like, God, Jesus, when he went and left the whole group of people, he went to go get the one. So now I do the music to make it a talking piece, but more probably getting them to with the ministry, what God's doing me as a personal person.
Okay, that's dope. You doing any like personal like counseling with the young kids and guidance stuff with the young kids?
Well, I got kids I train for, I call it youth boxing therapy.
Yeah.
We, our community for some reason don't teach our kids to like express themselves in a positive way. Yeah. That's why they go out on the streets. They doing this. Like, I'm taking what I've learned. I didn't have a positive way to express myself. So I can, I feel called by that to do that. And lady hit me out of nowhere. It's like, yo, I need you to work with my son. His dad don't live in the same town. He needs somebody around like I respect. So I started training him, and now I got like 10 kids that I train. Kids that's been building up confidence, doing well in school, and teaching them things about my struggle to how to become a blessing for them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I train kids, I train adults. I pretty much do this all 24 hours a day.
Word. Seeing as your history in the boxing and things you've seen, and maybe people you've seen people you've seen getting advantage taken of, did that make you feel like, yo, when I'm done, I'm gonna start giving back to people and showing them how this shit really supposed to go?
You know what? Honestly, that's a good question. I think the best thing, if you think about in context your life, right? We never really planning for nothing.
Word.
We got certain goals, surface goals, but real deep goals, we don't be having that. So like sometimes it's like if people be hearing me, what up, P? I'm like, how you doing, man? One day at a time. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's how it came. So I guess, beautiful things are being built around me only because I'm patient enough and I'm willing to go out there and work. So I think things are added, and now things become profound once I realize what it really means to be there for, especially a young black brown man, to be there as a mentor to them. And it's important to me now. And I see like, man, you know what? I did have these type of leaders in my life. Now, reverse is turning. I'm that leader for somebody else. So I'm just taking all my experience that I had in my life and try to put it to be a blessing for another person's life. You know what I mean?
Word. That's what's up, man. Y'all know what it is, Street Soldier Saturdays. We're going to take an early break, and then we're going to come back and talk some more social media news and some more boxing history and all that type of stuff. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, stay tuned, man. Go download that Aux 33 app too, man. Go download that and go download Twitch and follow us, Aux 33 TV, man. We'll be back in a minute. Street Soldier Saturdays.
Yo, man, I really, really admit this weed addiction has changed my life, and that's why I'm here. Like, I realized I'm smoking 22 to 30 blunts a day. I'm really ashamed, but this weed addiction, I have to kick it.
Shit. After my accident, I've been popping pills like they were Skittles. The pain I've been going through, just to have something foreign in your body, like, my mind is just lost. I gotta find my way out of it. Like, it's hard. It's real hard, man. I need some help. Anything you got to say, help me out?
By the blood of the Lamb, I am free from the curse of sin and death. I have everlasting life right now. Don't want to have it, don't hope to have it, not dying to see if I'm going to get it. I possess eternal life right now. My sins, and they are many, are washed in the blood of the Lamb. And I got news for you. He didn't just die for what I used to do. He died for what I'm going to do.
We got to glorify him. We got to bring him glory. Scream Jesus. We got to glorify him. We got to praise him. He's the Father and the Son. He never changes. Nothing new under the sun. We got to glorify him. We got to bring him glory. Scream Jesus. We got to glorify him, we gotta praise him. He came to do what was done, that's why I praise him. In the image of the sun, I wanna manifest the truth in the booth and taste wisdom. Shine a light so bright, become a living catechism. In his new vision, to release the optimism for the school system. The fools listen, I'm no stool pigeon. Plan the mission like we already won. Little brother, I come in peace, won't you put down your gun? I wanna minister to your young soul. A 10 hug with all of your 10 toes. We gotta bring him glory, my little brother. Let's bring him the glory.
He died for 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25. As long as there is an earth, there'll be a blood to wash away sins. He died. He died so well that he sat down.
We got to glorify him. We got to bring him glory. Scream Jesus. We got to glorify him. We got to praise him. He's the Father and the Son. He never changes. Nothing new under the sun. We got to glorify him. We got to bring him glory. Scream Jesus. We got to glorify him. We got to praise him. He came to do what was done. That's why I praise him. In the image of the Son. When you looking for him, I pray that he's found. When that happened to me, I fell face down to the ground. We all just running a race to earn a crown. Wasn't all right there in the place where I was found. Now this is how I testify. Over your head, don't let the message fly. Don't be that type of guy who not justified. Let me clarify. God, my risen God, is who I prophesy. Jesus. Jesus.
Began to tremble. He died, and the sun refused to shine. He died until the veil in the temple was rent from the top to the bottom. He died until graves opened up all over Jerusalem. He died until the centurion said, surely this man is the Son of God. He died till the thief said, what must I do to be saved? He died till law fell over in the
We got to glorify him. We got to bring him glory. Scream Jesus. We got to glorify him. We got to praise him. He's the Father and the Son. He never changes. Nothing new under the sun. We got to glorify him. We got to bring him glory. Scream Jesus. We got to glorify him. We got to praise him. He came to do what was done. That's why I praise him. In the image of the Son.
One God, and his name is Jesus. One God, and his name is Jesus. One God, and his name is Jesus.
Yeah, Street Soldier Saturdays, we back. Y'all know what it is. Head DiBiase still on the ones and twos, man, playing them fire videos. He might even throw in some fire clips of Pete knocking some dudes out. You know what I'm saying? You never know. OZ in the building with us still, you know what I'm saying? We was just talking off air. How'd you get to staying in Jersey now? Why'd you choose that to be a place where you stay?
You know, y'all know I've been out of Grand Rapids since I was 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? So
You been staying in Jersey that long?
I've been living in New York City.
Oh,
so
okay.
I used to live in Brooklyn.
All right.
Yeah.
So being in Brooklyn, you know, you hear the neighborhood, all my people. You know, when you get money, you move to New Jersey, and that's what I did.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
No,
fact.
but actually, it's like, you know, New York City is not like, it's a beast, man. So if you're not ready for it, you don't understand the culture of it. You know what I'm saying? They kind of, you'll find, you know, kids there, they grow up faster because they see so much. So me and my wife wanted to basically get out of the beast, be able to go to the beast to get money and work and do that stuff, but really have my kids being able to see grass and squirrels and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's what we did.
You been in Jersey for how long?
You know, I had a rough story. I moved to California when I had my first son. We was staying in Brooklyn, and then we started, you know, I felt like I didn't want to be married no more at the time.
Oh, yeah.
I had to move to California, got solitude. That's when I got the, all the like, you get the spiritual Pete now because I sat so long California and opened up my Bible, and I ain't never been the same ever since.
Yeah.
And I was about to get divorced, and I felt like God started speaking to me, telling me, you know, call your wife. And I called my wife one day. I was like, you know, we was talking through lawyers at that time, and I felt like God was telling me to call my wife. And I'm like, well, because I was reading the Bible, so I'm like, oh, God be speaking to people?
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he's like, yo, call your wife. I said, well, I know, God, if you telling me to call my wife, I know if you're gonna tell me to call. I'm gonna call her right now. And you know how the phone ring, but it rang half a time, and she answered. Boom. And then from there we start making peace. So I've been, I moved out of California. I got rid of my apartment in California and moved back. I moved with my wife. I think it was like 2017, 2018. Yeah.
She was in Jersey.
She was in Jersey.
Okay.
Okay. You still with the same wife that you've been with forever?
You thought I got to know?
No, you said you was going through it. You know what I mean?
Listen, man. Nothing about relationships come easy, brother. Like,
Oh, for
really,
sure.
Oh,
For
relationships
sure.
to really be with
is not
somebody
easy.
fruitful, The worst thing is like people don't understand. Like they thought I got married because I needed to be somebody with somebody. I don't know why they thought. Like people, when I got married, I got married in the height of my career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that happened. I was dealing with this particular girl for 15 years. Now we got 15 years, 12 years married. So yeah,
that's beautiful.
We got the same one. Yeah.
Yeah. How is it? Is it since you grew up like with parents from different ethnicities? Was it easier for you to be in a relationship with someone that's interracial and shit?
No.
Yeah, because when I was growing up, my mama always told me, "Don't bring home. You better not bring home no white girls and shit." So that always stuck in my head. Like
I learned something else crazy because like my wife is not only a white girl, but she a white Jew.
Yeah.
So
So
that's way different from like. So you think when I think of white people, I think about American 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 white girls.
Yeah.
That's not that. That's my different traditional values and everything. And I really didn't get married because I was like alone. I was thinking about something. I was like at that time dealing with like 3 different girls for like 2.5 years. You know what I'm saying? So I had a Japanese, swapped out my Puerto Rican. Now I'm telling them stuff.
Yeah. And that's what's crazy now. That's what all the younger, like I said, when I was younger, my mom, that's all she said. No, you better not bring home no white girls. Now all I hear is, because all the young people, they talk to me about my relationship because I done been in a relationship so long, they trying to find somebody. Now all I hear them saying is they going to get either a white girl or Asian, Mexican.
Yeah, I think honestly what the ups and downs you get from it is like cultural. You know what I'm saying? My wife grew up totally different culturally, than I did. Sometimes it can't merge the story and try to, I don't understand her world. I'm trying to get to know her world every day, and you're not definitely going to understand my world. So we see that being done in my kids. So what I would tell you is like, at a time of my life, I was thinking that I wasn't going to be with somebody because I'm like, I wasn't finding nobody that was like worthy of like giving time to. You go through that process where you try to, once a man decides to be a stand-up man, you want a woman to respond to that stand-up man you're trying to become. And once that doesn't happen, when something dishonor come, disloyalty, whatever, it make you ruin yourself as the kind of man you're trying to be because of a bad woman. So I had a lot of those women that I was going through, and I was like, I got to the point where one of the last girlfriend I had, I brought her here and everything. We went through some things, you know what I'm saying? Some like, I hope one day maybe I put the book or what I experienced with that girl made me really say, I'm about to start dating out my race. You know what I'm saying? And do other things because I ain't been getting the right things happening to me.
I think most people get married too early. Just like how you say you was married and you had 3 different people. I say
That
most
was
people.
before.
You had 3. You had
He was dealing with 3 different girls before he got married.
Oh, before you got married,
Before I got married.
Oh yeah, okay.
No, but I wouldn't say that. Let me hold that thought.
Yeah.
I'm telling young men to get like my kids.
Yeah.
If I can do it all over again, I'm telling my kids they can. I want them to stay as long as they want to.
Yeah.
Until they get married. I want to see them move out my house and get married.
I think people need to take their time on marriage. Most people.
Tell me why.
Because a lot of people get married and they still be messing around. So that means you just married, you wasn't really ready. So like you wasn't really ready. When you get married, I don't even, you tired of it. In my perspective, like you tired of messing around. You feel like you done did everything. So now you can really honor the marriage because you done did everything. When you still young and you got all this money and you doing everything and everybody coming at you, or you this whatever to the city or to certain people, it's still coming at you. When you older, you done did everything, so you ain't even looking at none of that's coming at you. You done been through everything. You know what I mean? So that's why I be like, I think people should take their time, because until you get a certain age, you know when you're ready, because you feel like you done did everything. Everything. I done did everything. I done been what we about to ball now. You know, when you get with this one woman and marry her now, you about to ball now. Cause I done did everything. Here, there, with this one, that one. Now you can give it all to one woman, and you feel that, you will feel that. You know what I mean? So that's why I be saying a lot of people just be doing it because she want to do it.
Yeah, be pressured into it.
Pressure. Once you let a
Or
man
all
wait,
they friends getting married, and then now
they
it
do it
trickle
because
down
these
to their
person doing
relationship.
it, this person doing it.
I always tell women that they always got to let a man grow up. It's always up to the man, because no man that I really know grew up saying that they wanted to get married. That was always a woman thing. They always was groomed to be princesses, playing with dolls, and always had their dream wedding in their mind from little. No young man that I knew growing up was thinking about their dream wedding. Nobody. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to let a man grow up and grow into wanting to be that man for a
You
woman.
gonna know when he grow up.
Yeah, you gonna know.
Sometimes I mean, tell me this right now. How many people y'all know that's our age and they still act childish?
Man, so many.
So many.
So let's break this down. Then you say, hey, my brother. You said respectfully. You said, hey, we need to mess around first, right? Sometimes people mess around and have a baby. They having these type of things. They get diseases. All these. Most importantly, that what happen when you messing around, you mess up your perspective about what a woman is. All right, you ruin the wife you're supposed to have.
Yeah.
Because you try to take all those women you mess around with and put it into one woman. That's not possible.
Hell no.
Every woman is different. So right out the gate, I'm telling them, young man, listen, you know, marry a woman you can see being your kid's mother. And don't make excuse for that.
Most definitely.
Ain't no reason to make so, like, and let's put it like this. My dad was in prison. I knew who my daddy was, though. But a lot of friends that I grew up with didn't have a daddy in their life.
Yeah.
That's
why?
what bro used to say.
Yeah.
Know why?
Yeah.
Why is that?
They was messing around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Messing around, had a baby, now he ain't in your life. So if there's anything we need to teach our people, is like, let's watch who we having a kid with. And first, before we have a kid with somebody, let's look to marry them, because it's at least responsibility you having a baby than getting married. Like when you get married, it's harder. You have more ownership over your family more than just being a baby daddy.
Real talk.
It's just like, so we got to really change the mindset towards that. I think messing around and get effed up. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know we hear a lot of stories like that. Now it's time now to like take the casual approach to it and say, like, what are our people lacking now? What can we do better to build better families? First of all, is let the black man be in his kid's life. And me personally, you know, I'm not friends with no dude that can't be in their kid's life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, some things are willing to fight for. You know, you got to be willing to die for. You know, you die for your block, you should die for your kid. That means being a real man, providing and doing what you can do. So, you know, that's why it's hard for me to speak about the subject. First of all, I'm married to a Jewish woman, and I'm Jew.
Yeah.
You heard me, right?
Yeah.
The boy is Jew, circumcised in my heart, taught by the Father. You know what I'm saying? So, really just trying to stand up and trying to say, yo, man, this message that I'm giving is not for a whole community. This message is for one. You know, Jesus had 12 disciples. One of them turned their back on him. So what that means, that he influenced the whole world with 11 people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm really trying to do, is use my example that I'm setting by doing what I'm doing and teach them, like, yo, man, listen, you got to be willing to follow your heart, but most importantly, correct your heart and have your heart working in with some boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't got boundaries, then you kind of lawless.
The transition, how easy was it to transition from boxing to gospel rap?
Well, you know, when you passionate about something, you can passionately speak about it. So I think, honestly, what I would tell you is, like, something came about, something spiritually led me to be able to feel like the same rules that I learned in boxing, the same thing I applied to gospel hip hop. You know what I mean? I got a message. I got a lot of stories. I'm cautious now. Like I was just reading a story about Billboard top hip hop albums of all time. They got Nas is written, so I went back and listened to it as somebody that write music. Now, like, okay, I see they talking about, So I got a bunch of those type of stories. So for me, it's like, our people need God, man.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, and like a real conversation about God, not like go to church, seen this. That's why people get shooed away.
Exactly.
Instead,
that's what I said on the last show. I was like, that's one of the reasons why I don't go to church now is because I got forced to go to church so much when I was little.
Yeah. So what I would tell you is that it's like usually that happens as like a spiritual religion. You know what I'm saying? Like what I was thinking when you was telling me that story, I'm like, man, you look like you got so many gifts in you. Why they would pick that? Who would pick that for you? So it's like, if anything, I would just say we need better church leaders. You know what I'm saying? And I think you will be the type to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because
for real. That's what they say with some of my church people. They say that I could bring because me and bro influence the streets a lot. So, they be trying to get bro to come to church a lot. I go over to church way more than him.
I'm going to get him to come on the Bible study.
Yeah. They be saying that we can influence a lot of the young and a lot of the youth in the street and bring them, to the word and let them hear what they need. So I hear them. You know what I mean?
I was brought up.
I was brought up in church.
I was brought up in church, and I'm like, bro, I done went so much. Y'all can't teach me nothing else. You know what I mean? I went to church down south in Georgia.
They feel like we can teach. We can bring the youth to them.
But listen to me. Listen to me. I went to church down south in Georgia forever. I came up here in Michigan and went to church forever. You know what I mean? And all day, all kind of, and I learned different things. And the most thing that I learned is they preach more about money now. So that faded me out. Like back when I was coming up as a kid, they never preached about money. Never. Now in church,
that's all you hear.
That's all you hear. So it's like they done lost focus.
You got to get your tithes now. You know, they done,
the churches, everybody need money.
God
so we don't want to go to church and hear about money. Church supposed to be the total opposite. The last thing we want to hear is about money. So they wipes me out with that. And then, I'm not glorifying the streets. Y'all understand? This is where I'm from. I'm from the streets. So it's a difference. So that's what I can talk about. I can talk about the church that I've been raised in and been going to. But one thing I do is I learn. No matter what I'm doing, I learn. So when I go to church, they learning me the wrong thing.
Yeah.
They done lost focus of church teaching us the value of it, the meaning of, even if as a grown man, keeping that spirit alive, keeping that fire. All I hear is money, money. I tell my mom this all the time. So like, if I'm going, what y'all about to teach me? Teach me that y'all ain't talking about money no more.
Man, I be in church, they throwing up the Cash App sign on
this
the
is
thing.
Like got ridiculous.
If you ain't got no money in your pocket, we got digital for you right here.
That's the last place we want to hear is money.
So can I hear? So can I?
Hold on. We gonna let you go. We gonna go to break. We gonna go to break because we got time limits. We gonna go to break and then we gonna let Pete come back and respond, man, because we've been going crazy, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, man. Street Soldier Saturdays, Aux 33.
Bobby, I wanted to know, when you talk to people about God, how do you have that confidence? You don't even know if they believe in God or not. What can I do for God? Can you teach me?
Stepping out with my church shoes on to bear witness. Take a lifetime to study my God, the God of physics. When you experience His love and His joy, you're in the spirit. Happiness with His love and His joy, part of His image. These holy scriptures, get them a holy listen, a holy mention, in case you hard of hearing. I'm a traveling pastor. Lift your ears like the rapture. I bubble pasture. Good medicine, heavy laughter. Now we say, my God got a name. And He worthy of praise. Jesus is His name.
retired boxing. What does God have you doing? I play basketball, go to school, do all those fun things. But what is your career now?
I'm on this golly business, spitting lyrics from my vision, no intermission, on the spirit, flow collision. Don't you miss it, don't you quit it, reminiscing, we coexisting, codependent, Bible wisdom, no Bible twisting. Now I'm standing on these raps, justifies word, you can condemn me what I rap. I'm spitting truth, no more setting people traps. Looking to the future when my God watch my back, and now I say, my God got a name, and he worthy of the praise. Jesus is his name.
Street Soldier Saturdays, we back. You know, we were still talking that religious talk, that church talk. You know what I'm saying? We about to let Pete respond to us, man. Go ahead.
Right, so like I heard you say that you did a lot of stuff, right? You been in church, right?
Yeah.
Right, you've been in church, right? But have you ever experienced the Holy Spirit? Have you experienced it? Meaning, was it an experience? Like, it can't even. Now, once you experience the Holy Spirit, brother, it's like you know that a lot of deceptions are in the churches. You have
I ain't
a reason.
gonna say I've experienced like the Holy Spirit as like what I've seen people
I've
experienced things that I consider to be the Holy Spirit opening my eyes, showing me certain things. I've asked for certain things, and then boom, it be right there. So it's been certain things to show me that God is real, to lead me that God is real, and I've personally heard God talk to me. So you know what I'm saying?
All right, so now both y'all.
To answer your question,
yes,
I felt it, and it's a feeling. It comes over you. You feel it. It's a brighten. It's a feeling. It's just unexplainable. Right. Yes.
So now y'all said tithing, right?
Yeah.
Right. Tithing is an Old Testament commandment. Mm-hmm. It's nowhere in the New Testament. God never made it so that we got to get 10% as a church. He said He loves a cheerful giver.
Yeah.
So if I want to get 20%. You're not gonna hold my 10% as ransom. I'm saying God said He got to put what you gonna give on your heart. Now bills need to be paid, things gonna get paid, and God gonna make sure those things provided if the Spirit is in that church. So I think you're right about that. It's a lot of churches that's giving this Levitical priesthood, and under that covenant, we need blood atonement. We need sacrifice lambs. We ain't doing that in the church. So God would have to put the giver, He got to put that on your heart to give whatever God is telling you, because you might only be able to give 50 cents, and God not going to look down on that. So I think the most important thing, we as people that's going into church, let's stop being involved with church culture and go back to the Bible. And let's do what the book say. The book is the eternal word. That means it never changes. Every promise in there is up to the reader to decide what God is telling them.
Right.
So, but most people are lifting up leaders that say what they itching ears are wanting to say, what they want to hear. Yeah. You know, so I'm not involved with church culture. I have a reason. I'm justified why I do things. I want my kids to feel comfortable going to church, talking about Jesus, and not using the word God all the time. I want them to be able to say the name of God, Jesus Christ, and feel comfortable and confident. So I do that in the context of a church to feel my kids don't have to have judgment, don't have to say. I teach them, don't say this in school. You don't talk about your God, because people got different gods.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to compare your God with nobody else.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep that like that. So you talk about God here in church, but outside this crib, you don't have to until they get old enough to decide how to minister, how to evangelize their own way. But right now, I just got to protect their mind. So I'm not, I seen like y'all was more involved with the church culture aspect. My mom used to send me out of church to get us out the crib.
Yeah.
And my mama never go with us and go on Easter and holy, pastor. It made me hate it. It made me dislike church. Right. So I didn't grow up like that. But really, honestly, like when God said when the Holy Spirit fall on you, I will give you all things that I have said to you. So I can go back to my whole life and see what God was protecting me, why he allowed certain things to happen, because he was choosing me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing more better than feeling chosen by God, the Elohim, the God of creation, you know what I mean? That you can be in contact with him. You know what I'm saying? I think people around in those churches shouldn't ruin what you want to experience from God to be in your life. That's what I would say to y'all.
That's cool.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I take it in. Let's talk coming up. Young kid, young Peter Quillin coming up, New York, Grand Rapids. What was the young life like for you? Hard?
Angry.
Struggle?
Angry, trauma. You know what I mean? My dad went to prison. My dad from Cuba. You know, so like I grew up now how to identify myself. I'm a black Cuban. You know, like
Yeah, it'd be beef between the light-skinned Cubans and the black Cubans.
not even that, just amongst people
in
in Grand Rapids growing up. And I was telling people.
You were going back to Cuba?
I've been back.
Okay.
It changed my life. I'm in touch with my family in Cuba.
That's
dope.
I'm the only sibling of my dad's kid to meet all my siblings all around the world.
What about your brother here?
Who, Ronald?
Yeah.
Yeah, I talk to him all the time, every day.
All good.
Yeah, you know, yeah, we good.
That's good.
But I would tell you like that just because, like, you know, coming into the knowledge of God thing, you know, changed a lot of perspective. It put me in enmity with people. But Ronald now, he respect the thought process. And now I do Bible studies every Sunday. He jumping on with his lady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I'm supposed to say something, but he proposed to his lady.
Oh, that's
that's
dope.
what's up. Congratulations.
He want me to be the one that facilitate they wedding.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Congratulations, man.
Definitely.
How you feel like you got over all that trauma and stuff from young, or are you still dealing with it?
No, I went to the mirror and I asked myself, was I happy with the person I saw?
Yeah.
The parts of me I didn't like, I made changes. I tell you, like, really being aware of your trauma and really doing something about it is very important. I think and our people in our community don't deal with trauma well. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So then you get more people on demon time.
Yeah.
Darkness and ignorance because they don't like the person they see in the mirror. I think honestly, that's why I feel like opportunities to reach that one is important.
Yeah.
Especially I know what it's like growing up in this town. I know what crabs in a barrel is. I know when people don't support nothing you do, they always, you know, talking down on you. Like, I know all that. But that feeling and people doing that to me put me in the most motivated state of my life. But my whole process of learning, being somebody looking at me like I wasn't supposed to be like,
Yeah.
the main person that's doing that was my mother. My whole life was never to come back and tell her I told you so.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I never did that to nobody in Grand Rapids. I told you so. When I know sometimes people didn't expect me to be where I'm at.
Yeah.
Just like learn to be respectful, move forward, keep everything what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But like I want to ask y'all, have y'all ever been in a room and y'all felt jealousy?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
You don't know who it is, though, right? You're always looking at that person that you think is jealous, but it's always the one you're not looking at.
Yeah.
So what I would just say is like, growing up in Grand Rapids, I became a young boy here.
How long you stay here?
I stayed here since I was like 6 months of age up until 18 years old.
Oh.
I'm 41.
Oh.
I moved away, lived in New York City.
Yeah.
So people look at me like, oh, he think he from New York. Like, I
Yeah.
got people in New York that I've been knowing 15, all these years. And now, you know, some people got murdered. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, knowing that type of joint is like, now I've seen both sides of the fence. So I became a man in New York. Remember, I was a boy here.
What you doing back here in Grand Rapids?
I come back here. My best friend having his birthday party today. He wanted me to come celebrate.
Oh, that's dope, man.
Yeah. So, but you know,
Dope coming in.
and the thing about it, a religious person
Yeah.
wouldn't come because I'm like, I don't drink.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come through and support. That's
Real
it.
talk, man. That's dope,
I'm
man.
with the street soldiers.
Yeah, with the street
that's
soldiers,
right.
you heard it?
That's right. That's right, man.
Spitting that game.
Percent.
Let's talk about you going pro. How hard was it to go pro? How do you go pro? Let me start there first, because I be hearing people that just be amateurs, and then I never knew how it went. Because when you look at basketball, you know, you got to go to college, you got to get drafted, you got to keep certain grades to play. Same with football. So how is it with boxing? Is it you just, oh, I'm nice, I'm turning pro?
It was a surprise?
No, it's like nothing, man. I don't know, man.
Oh, yeah?
But I'm saying so he's like surprised, like put like this. Hard work beats anything.
Yeah.
Talent brings you opportunities. And if you're talented at doing something, you're willing to work hard, and you truly believe in yourself, things will come to you. And that's what happened to me. I went out there, was in the gym. I was willing to starve. I wanted to do a lot of stuff to be good at what I do. And I never wanted to be a rich boxer. I wanted to be a world champion. So I never focused on the money aspect. Most people outside of my mindset look at the money and this and that. And I said, man, I was really focused on being a world champion.
Yeah.
Everything else didn't matter. I felt like I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about what being a world champion. Because if you respect being a world champion, you know all those things that come.
Yeah.
And then I learned even more now.
Yeah.
So, people like, when you become, I said, I feel like I lost the first day I won a belt. People don't even understand that.
Why you felt like that?
Because like all the people I wanted to say I told you so.
Yeah.
That see them celebrate. Oh, we knew it. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Not really, you didn't. So it introduced me to it just introduced me to a bunch of frauds.
Yeah.
So that opened the floor. Everybody loves a winner.
Yeah.
Right? Chicken dinner, right? But everybody loves a winner, and everybody wants to be around a winner. And I never thought of myself as somebody that want to be around people that just want to be around me because I win. I want to be around me because I'm Pete. You know what I'm saying? People stop looking at Pete. They want to see Kid Chocolate. So I had to learn the difference what that is.
Yeah.
After that loss you had was it Daniel Jacobs?
Daniel Jacobs.
Yep. Did shit start to change for you? Did you see
my whole career was scared of losing a fight. It was always scared of people. Scared of losing people I thought was my supporters. And that's what really happened. So your fears do come true.
After that one fight, people switched up like that?
I mean,
after one loss?
They switch up, yeah. Especially I got humiliated on the top of the top of the heap, or I made it to the top of the mountain and I fell off.
Yeah. What you think it was? You wasn't focused?
I wasn't focused. Well, man, I was making a lot of money and I was investing in everything I did. I did everything the right way. It's just like that's God's plan on my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I learned through that fight. It's worldly losses, but it's godly victories.
When the last time you been in the ring?
I fought Angulo after I took what people would consider a draw, but he won.
Yeah.
But I'm 41 years old. You know, I don't
And
want to.
You was like 38 then, 37 or something.
30, about to be. I was gonna try to go 45 before I turned 40, but I'm like, for what?
Yeah. How many fights you got?
Out there, 37.
37?
Yeah.
You was trying to make it to 40?
Trying to make it to 40.
Oh, that's a goal though.
And
like I said,
that was a goal.
Yeah, right.
But let me just tell you, see, right?
Yeah.
Like, for what?
Yeah, for what?
Like, a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like, get to the point where you can't sell your soul, man. You can't sell like your morality, sell your, what you're trying to do. I just really looked at myself like I wanted to, drive into the sunset, be a dad, be a father, and figure out something else I wanted to do.
You made the decision yourself, or you talked to the team first?
I made that. I mean, it's kind of dumb. Like, asking myself, what would motivate me to be getting on track again?
Yeah.
What would motivate me? And I just really couldn't find it because I knew what would come with success. Do I want that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I think if you look at everybody's story when it comes to like, that's like you, Floyd's a here, hometown hero, right?
Yeah.
Right, but you know how many times do you believe Floyd probably can say no to people? Like, no, I'm not doing that. You think that?
Yeah, Floyd tell people no all the time. I'll be around him.
You can't do that.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Floyd tell people no all the time.
Coming
You got to
with
prove it
with
to
the
him.
sob stories.
$25,000, $50,000 sob stories. It's just like,
Nah, man, you got to come with it with Floyd. Floyd ain't buying that shit.
No. So not. I'm just saying the active.
But I know what you're saying.
The fact that he
I
can
know
say
what
no
you're saying.
is a strong
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
but
you got that good heart on you and shit. So
It's just the heart that you got.
Yeah.
And Floyd got a good heart because, like, I be hearing a lot of things about Floyd, and it'd never be like that with me. Even though I know I'm different, than most people and have different relationships. Everybody have different relationships. But, like, the things I hear about him, when I get there, I never hear that shit. Even if he ain't there and I pop up, he makes sure I'm good. You know, so the things I be hearing about him, I don't see it. And then when I'm with him, get a chance to be around him and be with him, I don't see it. He will tell you no.
You know, because you would have thought about this, like, I'm from Grand Rapids. I'm the only fighter behind Floyd Mayweather to win a title.
Yeah.
So just think if he were to, like, mentor me at the time when I probably could have used it.
Yeah. Y'all got a relationship, you and Floyd?
I mean, I had some early on in the career.
Yeah.
But nothing like to the point where he was, like, snapped in.
Uh-huh.
You know, actually, I just heard a lot of people saying that was, like, not good things saying about me.
He wasn't saying good things about you?
That's what they were saying. He wasn't saying good.
And you never asked him?
Never. I mean, I never had. You know, Jay Leon Love. Remember Jay Leon Love?
Yeah. We kicked it with Jay Leon. You know, we partied with him.
I fought him.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Floyd was in his corner. Right?
Did you beat him?
Of course, I wasn't going to let that one happen. To be honest with you.
Yeah, we hung out with Jay Leon. We went to a party with him and everything. He had his little dogs and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and I did a early in New York. I basically how you call it, work with Jay Leon. We did a Italian Vogue magazine together early in the career. So I knew him.
Jay Leon, he from Detroit too, right?
Yeah, they say he from outside of
Detroit. Outside. Yeah. Okay. All right. But yeah, I know Jay Leon. We partied with him.
Yeah, but altogether, Floyd was in this fight. If you go back and watch that fight, I was like doing a lot of talking outside the ring. My team was getting mad at me because it hurt my heart.
Yeah,
I was at youth career development.
At least you can say that, man.
I went there too.
I went to
Shout out, man.
So
I went to that motherfucker too.
Center, and Floyd came over there.
Yeah,
and you know, he basically, you can do it. I literally took that literally. I went out there and did it.
Yeah.
And that was big inspiration to me. You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of things, like I say, a lot of people be hating on Floyd, but I don't see it, man. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, that's my boy. I could be wrong. You know what I mean? But like, I'm going to ask him. You know what I mean? Like Pete said this, we'll pull it up. You know what I mean? I'm going to ask him. He'll tell me. You know what I mean?
It hurt my heart that, you know.
Floyd a stand-up dude, though, man. They just got him messed up. That's why I say you asked him.
Look, when I went to YCDC, I told him that.
Yeah.
Time I got a picture and say, yo, man, you know, a lot of this come from inspiration from you, coming to the schools and doing that.
Yeah.
Went out there and literally did it.
Yeah, that's dope.
So for that to happen, if you think about that, it's like, man, you know what I'm saying?
Man, Floyd came to the school and gassed us up one day. Me, my nigga Phil Gillespie, shout out Phil Gillespie. We was in a little rap talent show at Ottawa, man. And Phil came in first. I think I came in third. Somebody else came in second. He said he was gonna sign us, man. We was hyped. Oh yeah, we about to be filthy rich. Yeah, nothing, man. Ain't nothing coming that.
I've never heard this story. You hear me? I would have been like, nah, he gassed y'all up, bro.
Yeah. I think he was just doing that because of where he was at. We at Ottawa. They brought him in for the little shit. So I thought he just was like, yeah, I got y'all. Ooh, I was like, oh, we gassed me and Phil and that bitch like, nigga, we out of here.
Hey.
Nothing, nigga. They ain't hear nothing. They ain't get a phone call, text message, nothing, nigga.
So I had to rep a story. Thing I went to New York. And I was like, man, my trainer that brought me to New York kicked me out the crib. I ain't had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, you know, everything I got, it was off the knuckles, brother.
Yeah.
You know I got nobody like, oh, thank you, bro. Thank you. So in part, it's good that I ain't got nobody say, oh, man, it's because of him. Like, nah, because it says it's all me, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
So I think stories like that is more respected. Nobody can take nothing away from me.
Yeah, for sure. All hard work, all on you. Look, man, we're going to go to one more break. Then we're going to come back, kick some more stuff with Pete. And then we're going to wrap it up and get ready for these playoffs. You know,
and then I got 5 things for him, y'all.
Yeah, you know, 5 things.
5 things for him.
See
where he go with it.
Yeah, he might go in the Hall of Fame, man. He got to go in the Hall of Fame. Pete, he got to have some.
I got 5 things for him.
Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, man. Street Soldier Saturdays.
Let me do this around. I'ma tell you why all these niggas watch me. Cause I only buy the rocks, man, and watch free. When you talking about hot, I'm the top 3. You got Bunk, got Big, then you got me. I know that might sound overrated, maybe cause I'm so driven, nigga, why I'm so consistent. But I bet you in the force spitting, you would think a nigga went swimming, how you soaking dripping. ice soaking, dripping. Nigga, listen. I hit the road like a boss when I'm taking these trips. I got a bitch sucking my dick while I'm taking a shit. I hear you making it flip, I'm taking your chips. I leave you naked and stripped, shaking while you waiting and shit. I know that might sound overwritten, maybe cause I act so perfect while I'm so persistent. But I bet you when the Mac is spitting, you would think a nigga backflipping, how his back is twisted. You beat the dough when I clap the biscuit, and the raps I'm spitting is similar to cracking kitchens. Niggas got a pot to whipping, not a pot to pissing. Niggas pistol whipping niggas over dollars missing. I'm a street nigga and a politician. See Guap, I-Doc say I got the vision. Pedro lay low, let your youngin' get it. Pops got pop with 5 mil, Cuban Poochie snitching. Don't let your man put you in prison all cause he jealous of your whip with the Gucci stitching. That's pussy business like coochie licking. If I ever catch up with him, bet you be missing. I keep a clip like a movie scripting. Think not, the proof is written when the Uzi spitting. This a little something.
Yeah, Street Soldier Saturdays, we back, man. Block still playing that heat for y'all, man. Throwing them videos and clips in there for y'all. OGOZ still with us. Pete still with us.
Let's talk Grand Rapids champ.
Yeah, man. Put some respect on it, like they say.
Big.
How you get your name, man? Kid Chocolate. Who gave it to you?
It was a boxing gym back in the day that was like starting. It was like a Cuban dude on Division in Franklin.
Okay.
They used to be above the tire shop. They was trying to do a boxing gym up there, and they was like, "Oh, I'm Cuban. I'm Cuban and stuff." My dad named Pedro.
Yeah.
Like, that's the funniest thing. Like, what's your dad name? Pedro.
Yeah.
So like, when they found out, like, yo, man, dude, you look like the original Kid Chocolate, and I took it disrespectful.
Yeah.
Well, hold up, Chocolate. I was in New York City, brother. I was in a boxing gym, and I opened up this encyclopedia, and it's like this one of those. Me and my man was talking about all moments of God. Opening it, I'm like, man, this is like a reliving of the story. Like my dad Cuban, I'm fighting for opportunity. I come to New York City and and that's when I took the name over. But it started in Grand Rapids. I was calling myself Kid Coco at first, and then it went to like Real Kid Chocolate because the story I was telling through the former boxing name Kid Chocolate. He's the original Cuban. First one, Cuban.
Also, they was really telling you look like him.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, you took it offensive at first. Like, hold on, what is this chocolate, dog?
You ever had something?
I would have been rolling.
You having people say you look like that. Like, I don't look like that.
They used to do that with me with Silk.
Yeah, I look like a lot of people.
You do look like Silk.
Yeah, that motherfucker. Yeah, man. What boxing gyms you come up in around here?
I started at Pride Boxing Gym on
Pride.
On Division,
Mm-hmm.
and then end up at MGGA, Michigan Golden Glove Association.
Okay.
I tell you, all my boxing come from MGGA.
Okay.
Pride gave me the fire, but MGGA gave me the discipline. But at that time, like, I still was like 1 foot in the street and 1 foot in the boxing gym. And my brother Ronald told me one day, he said, man, you need to stop telling people box, you do this, you do that. And that really woke me up. That's one of the reasons why I like moved out of Grand Rapids. What he said in that moment to me.
You think people got to move out of Grand Rapids to really chase their dream and really to get to where they need to be?
Well, before you answer that, it's a lot of people out of Grand Rapids that made it. People just sleep. Go ahead.
No, I think you got to move away from all the messiness.
Get away from the negativity.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. I think you can make, like, I brought my wife here and said, this is a nice town. I said, not in some of the places I'll be out here. I get some places that's not really, you don't want to feel safe.
Yeah.
But what I would tell you is, like, it's a beautiful city.
Yeah, most definitely.
Think about this. When I started buying cribs in Grand Rapids, that was the year when I bought the cribs. It was like worst place to live for Black Americans.
Yeah, I remember seeing us on that worst list for a while.
Yeah, that changed.
But then also it was the best place to buy real estate.
Yeah, which sounds crazy.
But if you think about that's like gentrification happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just think we just
and the city growing.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm saying that the messiness is when we got to stop. We need, like, the OGs, my OGs was like, older.
Yeah.
Already and all them.
Yeah.
From over that way. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I came up with.
Yeah. So, that's my OG.
Yeah.
Like D'Artan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People that I grew up that was older.
Yeah.
But now the OGs are getting younger now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think, and I just found out
it ain't too many OGs out here no more.
Where your age is.
I'm on.
Yeah.
you
Me
on.
too. Me too. Yeah.
So,
I just seen they put it out. The little niggas, young niggas, big bro, OG and old head.
I seen that shit.
Yeah.
I'm on.
Yeah. What's crazy is all the young dudes I know, like I went to school with, or not I went to school with, that came up under me in school, they all call me Unc. When I go hoop, they all call me Unc. All the people.
Now, how do you handle when you get in the gray hair? You start getting.
I don't even trip. Cause
I got one right here.
Yeah. I don't even trip.
In the weirdest place right here.
I thought I was gonna be tripping, but when I look, when I look at myself in the mirror, to me it don't make me look super old. Now when I do all of this and the grays be showing, now I be like, yo, I look super old.
Yeah,
so that's why I keep my
he
shit
younger
like
than
this.
me. Me and him 9 years apart. This my little brother.
Yeah,
and he got more gray than me.
Gray than that.
But he got more hair than me. But
Yep,
we both bald head.
Yeah.
But he got, facial
take
hair.
The hat off again.
Yeah, you see?
I'm gonna see what you thinking of.
Hey, that was clean.
You don't get a murder like this.
That's
Everybody with a bald head want one of
meat.
these. Hey, you can't get these.
Let's speak on some more of your boxing history. What was one of your toughest fights, you think?
Man, myself. Everything is all got to do with the self, man. Like, you always challenging yourself. Boxing is the challenge. So you go up in there training to beat somebody that think they can beat you.
Yeah.
So just that mind game, that mental war. And
That's what they said. And what was that movie, boxing movie? Was it Creed?
Creed.
Where Rocky was like, look in the mirror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and he had him fighting himself in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think of when you say that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real life. I mean, I that's what I teach. I teach like people like ministry stuff. Are you happy with the person you see?
Yeah.
That's where everything started at. You know what I'm saying? Like if I say right now, give me 3 things you're grateful for today. You.
My wife.
Yes.
My family.
Yes.
And just being alive, being able to make moves and, take care of stuff for people.
If I say I am, like affirmation using 1 or 2 words at most, I'm going to say I am you and you put the word to it. I am.
Great.
I am.
Focused.
I am.
The truth.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Ready for this one? I am not.
Ooh.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Greedy.
Yeah, I'm not greedy. I'm not
I am not.
not professional.
I am not.
I don't know.
Soft.
Yeah, so yeah, that's great. It's not at all.
Let me get 3 things you
Yeah,
grateful
that's
for
a
today.
fact.
3 things I'm grateful for.
3, brother.
My life, my family, my kids.
I am.
A boss.
I am.
Grateful.
I am.
Alive.
I am not.
Selfish.
I am not.
Wanting for nothing.
I am not.
Scared.
That's it.
That's
that's what boxing is.
Mm,
That's what boxing is.
I like that. That's
For me,
dope.
it's like that's what this like. You really know yourself. I took losses. You want to tell you why I took losses?
Why?
Because I started believing the fighter told me I was. I forgot the fighter. I already was.
Yeah.
Right? Oh,
That's what they
man,
took
that's
the
some
money.
knowledge right
Yeah.
there. That's a jewel.
They
Debate.
took the fate.
Yup.
I already knew I was.
Yeah.
Took it away.
Yeah.
Robbed me. But let me tell you something else. That's a big gem, right?
Mm-hmm.
If anybody want to be successful at anything they do, you got to be willing to be the only one on the mountain. That take a lot of ridicule. Because if you got to crawl up the mountain, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody. Where do most people be at? At the bottom.
bottom.
Of the
At the
mountain.
bottom.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
got a few people that go up to the
Couple feet,
yeah.
2-3 steps.
That's better.
Yeah. And they be like, I'm gonna chill right here.
But then
Who
get to
want to
the
really
top.
make it to the top?
you know when you on the top, is that the top of the mountain, right?
Yeah.
Is it cold up there?
Yeah.
Right? Don't people want to throw rocks and try to knock you off that rock? So you got to be able to have a mental mindset to be the only one up there. So for me, I was up there. I'm like, man, I don't got no nobody to talk to.
Yeah.
You know what I discovered in my whole career?
What?
God was up there the whole time. I never looked for him.
Yeah.
So this godly thing came with this life journey, man. This life journey was beautiful for me, and I learned so much thing that I man, like talking to my man, we was at the airport, said, man, in my life, I need to figure out something I can die doing. I just want to prepare for my death. My mom and my dad just died last year.
Ooh, sorry to hear that.
It's all right. We had mad time with them, and I was blessed how my brothers came around and did. But who lose their parents 14 days apart?
Yeah.
So that's right there. It's like my life is like, man. And my mom, nobody prepared for death.
Yeah.
So my mom died with a bunch of stuff at her crib. You know?
Yeah.
Like, man. So I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen to my kids, brother.
Word. Who in a fight, like whatever fight then you took a punch and you was like, man, this dude got some power right here. Let me switch my strategy a little bit.
I mean, of course, like I would tell you, the first punch I got hit with Danny, I was out. But also I was dealing with like losing weight. I lost so much weight, I got a concussion. You know what I'm saying? When you lose weight, you lose fluid around your brain. You know what I'm saying? That's like bad. That's why people.
And that was Danny?
Yeah, it was Danny.
How is it going up and down?
I went from 195 pounds to 159 pounds in 8 weeks.
How is that on the body?
That's not healthy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
That's what you think Spence did?
I think also it could happen to him, but only he knows behind. You know what else? Your lifestyle.
Yeah.
I would tell you that if I learned anything in my career, so if you was like, Pete, what's one thing you regret? I said, to be honest with you, I would not be where I'm at without, the stuff. But if you ask me what I really regret, what I could have did different, I would just tell you, not learning to smoke weed.
Yeah.
In my career.
You was smoking weed on your career?
Yeah, I was in and out. I've been smoking weed since I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
So I was just hiding it. I smoke with other people. I can't say who. That's
Yeah.
But it's really like, something that I've learned that I should have never learned.
Yeah.
And drinking is where I haven't had a drink in 5 years now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I would tell you differently because they take that purity away of your mindset. And I think that's the most deliberate thing that you take away from.
The boxers that do drugs, you can tell. And the ones that don't do drugs, you can tell.
Because you tell I was doing it?
No, I couldn't.
Okay, so
yeah.
So I was doing it. I was blowing it down. And I got to the point where it's like backwoods. I wasn't smoking nothing but size backwoods.
Yeah, I don't fuck with backwoods.
So I was like, I couldn't even. That right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who were some of the fighters you felt ducked you in your career that you really wanted to get to?
Man, I'm telling you, man, like
a lot.
I can't even think about this. If I was running around thinking about that, it's like
dry you
I'm
crazy.
not living my life.
No, I got a better question.
Tell me.
What's one fight you wanted to have on your career and never got it?
Janeda Golovkin.
See how quick he answered that? I had a question that you go be able to ask.
What happened was that the fans made me. They was bullying me more. I sparred with him.
Why it didn't happen?
I mean, it's like too much of business around it. Two different sides of the fence.
Yeah.
And then, like at that point, I just didn't want to fight him because the people.
You knew you can get him.
So you don't never know nothing's gonna happen.
It's all right, real answer.
Real boxing is right. You don't know what happened. One punch change a fight. But what I will just tell you, like, I never trained for boxing to think I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
So what you think I'm gonna go up in there? I mean, I come from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I come from the bottom of the bottom.
Yeah.
You know how many times I just slept in cars because my mom kicked me out the crib over here?
Yeah.
Like, if you ain't been through that, you're not gonna understand like how much I'm willing to do to go win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I got tired of fighting the fans about what I'm scared to do. Like, you see the way I grew up.
What I'm going through. Yeah,
y'all don't even understand. You don't know it's like New York when I first moved and got kicked out was like eating a slice of pizza every day.
Yeah.
One slice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like no family out there. Nothing. My mom one day called me. I was going through it. She's like, come back. All she needed, this was she told me, baby, come back home. That's all she said. Now, when your mama tell you that, baby, come back home, you out.
Gone right then.
I stayed there because I knew that.
Okay.
That's not something I I couldn't do.
You knew what was gonna happen if you came back.
Yeah, I didn't want to come back here empty-handed. How many people you know that left out of town? They were supposed to make somewhere, they didn't come back. Because they get homesick. They get kind of scared being alone. That's why I'm proud of my little brother. Say right now, doing really well for himself. He in Texas. You know what I mean? He locked in, and you know, I'm proud of him. That's one of the one times I could say I'm proud of my little brother because all the ignorance he was part. He's like, man, this is the first time I done got up and I feel like I'm doing stuff as a man. So I'm like, I'm proud of you. And I'll give you credit when it's due. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
But that's what I would tell you about that is like, you get to the point where you just fighting with the fans. You know what I'm saying? I turned down all that money from Jay-Z. They went on. It's like I basically said no to the devil, and I was punished for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Everybody
how you feel?
Hear that. Them names is powerful.
Yeah. How you feel life after boxing? Do you miss it sometimes? Do you wake up sometimes like, yeah, man, I still got something in the tank. I want to get in there.
Well, you know, that's always in me. You know, somebody told me this dude named John Duddy. It was like, you know, I need to go back to being a civilian. You know what he told me?
What?
You never gonna be that. Meaning like, it's the mindset.
Yeah.
I got something different. That's why I disconnect myself all the time. When somebody asks me something, it's just like the mindset way too different. Like, bro, I'm fighting myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the fight is. That's the real fight. Okay?
So are you even interested in boxing anymore? Do you watch it still?
I train. Yeah, man, I watch boxing.
Okay.
I mean, this is what I do. If you ask me, I told you I had that one time, read the Bible, and I never been to. So I haven't stopped reading the Bible. I haven't missed a week in the Bible in close to 6 years. I read it every day. So what I'll tell you is like I just missed my streak, but I almost made it to like every day this week. I just missed one by one day. You know what I'm saying? So every day is just in a book. You know what I'm saying? You start to learn. It's like, man, you want to know what the most important thing out of life is?
What?
The way you're gonna die. That's right there is what I think about. It's like, man, we get to pick and choose the way our story is authored and written.
You never get to pick the way you die.
No, you don't. He says it's appointed for man to die once, then come the judgment. Everybody worried about dying, but they never worry about the judgment of God.
Yeah.
So now I move past that. Now I know it's appointed for me to die. I know I'm gonna die with purpose. And I discovered something true and something so deep that I feel like my book is actually not written by me. It's like autographed by God. And it's in heaven, in the libraries in heaven, waiting for me to go read it. You know what I'm saying? So
I figure when you know your purpose, you don't even worry about shit like that. Like me, I know my purpose to my family and everybody that's around me, that's involved with me. So that dying is the last thing I worry about because I know motherfuckers gonna be straight. You know, if something happened to me because I got it set up that way. So, like, that's the last thing you think about. And like I say, that's hard for people to do because I'm different. You know what I mean? Everybody know that. So it's easy for me to align myself up with, you know, shit that you don't even normally think about.
And my dad came out to New Jersey. My dad died in New Jersey with me. So I seen him die.
And I seen y'all on what I was watching you on before. I think it was what was it called back then? The 24/7.
What you talking about?
I seen y'all before a
on
fight.
Netflix. You talking about? Yes, and
I was in the house eating and all.
Yeah. I did. We did. I incorporated my dad. And
that shit was dope. I seen that.
People would thought like, man, then you do more stuff with your dad. I said, no, my mom just got a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah.
My brother's kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't just like, come on, we out, mom.
Yeah, you was telling your story and shit. Yeah, that shit was big. That shit was dope. I watched that.
Let me tell you what's even more crazier. And it's like my dad came. I had to get him in hospice care. You know, no insurance, none of his paperwork. My dad had other people taking care of him. I had to go track all this stuff down, but God guided me through that.
Yeah.
Listen. I was going to have to pay $40,000 for his hospice care.
Damn.
And I got a charity to be able to, they got a charity through the grace of God. My brother came and visit. The first day my brother Shuddy came out to New Jersey, I said, yo, I'm just let you know, you're going to see Poppy. Poppy don't look like he used to be. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
So we preparing ourselves. He in the garage, getting the stuff, and I'm talking to my wife, like down there in tears. And then man, my brother ran in the crib. P. I thought a raccoon, raccoons be in my backyard. He killed my pigeons and all that. Or something was in the garage or something. He looked at me downstairs, he said, yo, mommy died. My mom was dead in the crib. You know what I'm saying? Why he was the first day he was coming out there to go see my pops. So
That's crazy.
then I was like, man, it's like I was blown with my wife. My wife took it real hard. But when it got to the point where it's like, I feel really starting to understand what was happening and locked in, and we came out here and everything. And I had to leave my dad. I left and came here. We did the stuff for my mom, and then went back, and my dad wasn't even speaking. He was like deteriorating. He wasn't to the point, and not too long after that, he just died out of nowhere. So like, yeah, so that's that type of stuff, man. That's like when you say, man, I didn't got the most inspirational stuff happen in my life, the most traumatic stuff. But through everything, the experience that I had in my life is like I got a million stories, man. You know what I'm saying?
Who you think gave you the best like life advice?
Man,
boxing advice, whatever.
So much, friends here, you get out of here, you're gonna get killed. That was a good advice. I had to get out of here. Curtis Martin, he told me you gotta learn to say the N-word, and I thought he meant the N-word.
No.
Like, no. Yeah. I didn't learn that. I just still try to grasp that into the full amount.
Yeah.
Oh man, the one you want to hear the most one?
What?
Jesus Christ is God, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I knew that was coming.
That's everything.
Yeah.
So for me, once I discovered that, because I didn't understand a lot of stuff, but like I now I could tell. Go back to the differences, like I told you. Now I want y'all. I hope y'all go study. When somebody asks you to tithe, yeah, you should probably get out that church.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they teaching tithe, or you make a discernment and say, I'm here because God got me playing purpose and small quality people in the church, not for everybody. Because when Jesus went to churches over there, he was casting out demons.
Yeah.
So what makes you think the demons is not there no more? You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, man. Street Soldier Saturdays, man. Wish we had more time with Pete to keep going and keep rocking, man. But you know how we got to do, man. We on the time limit. When we let OZ give him the 5 things before we get up out of here.
All right, if you're from Grand Rapids or born, raised here or whatever, give me 5 things you should know about Grand Rapids. It could be people, places,
things, stores, streets,
whatever.
Events.
5.
5 things?
Yeah.
If you from Grand Rapids, you should know who the Wealthy Boys was.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a good one. That's a good one.
If you from Grand Rapids, you should know. All right, you should know BPNT.
BPNT. That's the first time.
That's the first time.
That's the first time for that one.
I don't know. Can I put Chicken Coop in there somewhere?
Yeah, that's 3.
That's 3.
That's 3.
Yeah. Nobody said Chicken Coop.
Nobody said Chicken Coop. It's crazy.
You should know if you're a baller, you should have went to Paul I. Phillips back then.
Oh, we ain't never had Paul I. Phillips. You might go in the Hall of Fame, Pete.
I went there.
You want another one? Yeah. Tell me already. If you're from Grand Rapids, you should go, for Halloween, you should go to East Town.
Easttown. That's a good 5. He did a good 5, man. That's a great 5, man. Word. That's a great one.
Yeah, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Street Soldier Saturdays. Like I said, I wish we had more time to kick it because I still got a bunch of more questions for him, man. Like I said, I want to see.
Hold up. Are you from Grand Rapids? You should know what 50 cents at the swimming pool at Martin Luther King.
Oh, that's a fact.
But it used to be 50 cents.
Yeah, it's over for that.
Man,
but yeah, that's 6. He gave us 6 a bonus.
Yeah, man. So he definitely going down in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's dope.
If this y'all first time tuning in to Street Soldier Saturdays, y'all watched it this far, man, make sure you give us a like, share, subscribe, all that, man. Go tell a friend and tell a friend because we just trying to build this platform and spread this thing we call Michigan, spread this thing we call Grand Rapids. We just trying to reach everybody and, bring Michigan to the forefront and let y'all know we got some talent up here and we got some stories up here, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go and download that app, AUX33, because we over there trying to break the programming that they doing. They programming us to listen to the same music and like the same music. So we just, trying to put our artists on from the city, from the state, and give them some light. You know what I'm saying? So download that app, Aux33. Make sure you subscribe to Street Soldier Saturdays. You want to tell them where to find you on social media?
Yeah, you can find me at Kid Chocolate on Instagram.
This camera.
Oh, you can get me at Kid Chocolate on Instagram. You can also get Brother P on Instagram as well. Go check out the album. The 7 Scrolls Lifted by Yahweh. Your brother got another one coming up, the 7 Scroll of Brave Charity, coming out soon. Be looking for that, man. I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh, also, look, kidchocolate.com, and we got brotherp.com as well, coming soon.
Yep. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with everything he got going on, man. He done transitioned into something new. So y'all make sure, if y'all been a supporter, make sure y'all check it out and tap in, man, and help him get to where he trying to go and listen to that word that he putting out there. Because we all need God. We all need that word in our life sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Jock City. Head DiBiase on the ones and twos. OGOZ.
Brother Pete, right here.
Let's go, man. We here, man. Street Soldier Saturdays, man. We out of here.